I'm the Commissar. We're watching Forged Alliance forever, and you are glad that this week we're back on a generated map, and that we don't have to worry about remembering all the Cetons meta. However, before we start, I do have a little announcement. Jip, who is the president of the FAF board, has asked all us casters to spread the word. We need developers, software developers, and the problem is that those of you who've been playing recently might have noticed that FAF has been having connection issues. We've been under attack, essentially, by hackers, and we need people to help improve our cybersecurity. Now, I'm not an expert in this field, and I would probably mess it up if I tried to explain it, so rather than that, I have linked Jip's forum post below, so if you're a software developer and you want to be able to play and watch more FAF, please help us out. For our sins, the map gen has dealt us hot team in the top right and cold team in the bottom left. Let's meet hot team first. Starting in the corner for hot team, we have Taxaa. He's 1108 rated, he's UEF, and he's in orange. And he's also the last person I played before recording this cast. I say last person, one of a 3v3. Anyway, that's Taxaa. Moving on to his south, we have Rikkises. 958 rated and Cybran, he's in burgundy. And what does Ricky say? Tell me in the comments below. Last but not least for the hot team, this is Alexander44. Whenever I hear the name Alexander said in full, I think of Worf's son in Star Trek. And you might think, wait, I don't remember Worf having a son. Don't worry, neither did he. He was the worst father. Anyway, Alexander is 964 rated and Seraphim. He's in red. Moving on to cold team, and it looks like he's a little behind the build. Maybe he was accidentally AFK for a moment there, but he's only just finished his factory and he's walking there. That same mistake, that same misclick. Don't know why I emphasized mistake like that, but I did. Anyway, this is warrenkc. He's 1151 rated, the game's highest rated player. He's Cybran, and he is in mauve. And what is he doing with his comm there? We may never know. In cold team central position, we have Phobos 112. He's 797 rated. He's also Cybran, and he's in dark blue. And last but not least for cold team, where's his comm? There he is, walking away into the distance, but here's his base. We have Bitman. Bitman is 1102 rated and UEF. He's in baby blue. Now let's look at the map. Only a couple of big patches of reclaim here and here, the rest has a smattering, but overall actually very little. And the main things to worry about are these expansions. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Quadmex expansions per team, and they are definitely going to have to fight over these. These ones at the corners I reckon will be the most contested, as they're the furthest away from any player bases. And we have a good aggressive NG out here from Phobos. It's heading straight towards this cluster of wrecks. A few T1 and a few T2 units make them up. But we mustn't forget that there is mass in these red trees. They're like regular tree groups in terms of you can break them and they give less mass. But if you get them before they're broken, see this one was broken, he's having to get it a bit at a time. But if he is able to find one that he hasn't broken yet, he'll be able to suck it up all at once like that, and that's worth more mass, more energy, and it's quicker, so it's worth not breaking your tree groups. Over here, where's that other patch of reclaim, looks like none of the players from either team have even considered going for this reclaim, so this might be quite an early advantage for Phobos. He's just going to get this reclaim for free, and I'm not seeing anything coming out to counter it. Both Ricky and Alex have positioned themselves quite aggressively in the middle here. Both their comms are here. Phobos is matching Alex on this expansion. But Bitman has come up here and is claiming his expansion here. which is quite good. He's doing it a little bit slowly, but he's getting there. He needs to remember he's got these energies. There we go, and kill the mexes. But Alex is dropping this expansion, and he's got a big batch of entries on that hiccup there. On that transport, which I think is fully loaded. And remember, Serra transports have more transport capacity than other races. He can fit 8 engineers on a T1 transport, whereas other races can fit only 6, and he's therefore able to throw this lot up extremely quickly. Whereas this expansion over here, we haven't even had any sign of it from Code Team. And Taxaa's trying to deny it with a few labs, but Bitman has a bomber that will probably deal with him in the end. Not that he'll need it, because his comm is on the way, and his comm will easily be able to blow up 2 or 3 labs. I like Ricky's comm positioning here. It's going to be able to put more pressure on these contested mechas in mid than Bitman's. Bitman and Taxaa will fight. Actually, that's Alexander making the difference there. Should Alex be down here defending this, he's got a lot of bird power here, and he's already got up 3 factories, so that might be enough to deal with Warren, who's only got his comm bird power wise, and hasn't even got up his first factory yet. Up at the top corner, Pitman's still being quite slow getting here. He's stopped at this mech, so he's not dropping it, he's not getting any bird production here, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mixes that go unclaimed. Whereas Alex has only got, well, when this finishes, which will be very soon, he's only got 3 of those mixes unclaimed. So much better, though. He has got to watch out for this bomber from Warren. He has got anti-air in position, so that is nice. And only now is Ricky getting an NG into this big reclaim field. So Team 1, Hot Team, are catching up on reclaim, but overall, Code Team are doing a lot better, and that's probably mainly due to Phobos getting that early NG into that reclaim field, which is very nice work. Phobos is going for gun, so is Taxaa, and I think that this is going to be a bit of a problem for Bitman. Bitman has a tiny bit of spam. He's getting up 1 factory here, but it isn't up yet. Taxaa already has spam. He's already got a factory, and he's most of the way to gun. So there's a very good chance he could just swarm across here, smash Bitman, and then take this expansion for himself, and that would give Hot Team both corner expansions, which will be very nice if you're supporting Hot Team. We, of course, are completely neutral here, and we're not supporting anyone. Alex is sending quite a decent pincer movement in here. Tanks here, tanks here. Warren's got APD, and of course Warren's got a comm. But a comm is worth about 20 tanks, and it feels like Alex has more than that here if he pushes in. But he's seen the point defense, he's seen the comm. I don't think he wants to take it, and by the time he got enough to take it, Warren would be at T2, and a T2 point defense would easily stop all this T1 malarkey that Alex is threatening to send in. Up here though, Taxaa is engaging Bitman, and Bitman has got less spam, he's got a less well-armed comm, he's got less production. This feels like it's gonna be a problem for Bitman. Taxaa leading with his comm, as he should. Taking out the spam for Bitman. And suddenly it's Bitman all on his own against a gun comm and a lot of spam. This could just be a kill, and if I were Taxaa, I'd take it. He's not the lowest rated player on the team by some way, and so there's no, oh, the higher rated player will inherit all his stuff. I mean, technically Warren is higher rated, but not by much. So it will be more of a tax on Warren's APM. And Bitman is trying to retreat. He's trying to bring in more units, but he hasn't really got anything to stop the firepower from Taxaa. All Taxaa has to do is focus Warren down, and then this will not be enough to threaten his comm, even after the comm bomb. And speaking of comm bombs, I reckon we're about to see one. Bitman with only 6.5, 300, 100, boom, there goes Bitman. He's our first ejection at just 8 minutes 40, but we've got to go straight to the middle, where Phobos, he's got the gun, and he's threatening Ricky, but Ricky not only has his comm, albeit gunless, he's got a lot of spam coming in to help from Alex, and he is pushing Phobos back. There is a T2 point defense here from Phobos, to which Phobos could fall back, and I think he's planning to do just that. But this is a lot of spam, and he stands to lose quite a lot. Is that a Fire Beetle? He's making a Fire Beetle in defense. I love it. Out comes the Fire Beetle. Boom. Only a few T1 units, but it's a Fire Beetle, and we love Fire Beetles. However, Alex might just be going to try and... I think Alex is going to... Yeah, he's trying to push on through. He doesn't care to stop and deal with this factory. Though, taking out the T2 production would be super nice if you could do it. And another Fire Beetle pops out, but they aren't really clustered together, and that Fire Beetle only killed one T1 tank. Not really worth it, and I think he will actually kill the T2 factory, and that is the right choice. Okay, maybe he won't. That's the wrong choice. And he is trying to get into Warren's space, but there's this T1 point defense here, and that's just gonna shred all this all. This is not gonna get any work done. I say Warren's space. It is Warren's space now. It used to be Bitman's. And so that push could have done more if it had stayed around and killed this factory. It did, however, kill all 4 of these mexes. Meanwhile, Warren in the south, he's PD creeping Alex's expansion, and you can see the PD creep queued up there. And that will break it by the looks of things. There isn't anything to stop a T2 PD creep here. He's on his way to T2 here, but he won't be able to get mobile missile launchers out in time. However, it is a very expensive way of breaking this position. Meanwhile, Taxaa is pushing in on Bitman's old base. Well, on his old expansion. This was his base. And the comm's still floating around. He's missed capping this mech, but I say capping, I mean capturing. He's missed capturing this mech. All the others he's got, but this small horde of T1 tanks looks like it might be enough to clean up another bunch of mexes, which is nice work for Taxaa. And the map control is giving them an eco lead. Look at that. That is a 50 eco lead, which at this level is 33%, give or take. So that's pretty good for Hot Team. And Warren's creep continues, but at what cost? Well, at literally the cost of 8 T2 PDs so far, which is... Where's that PD? 480 times 8 mass. I'm a mathematician, so I can't do mental arithmetic, but somebody can work out 480 times 8 for me. And we do have mobile missiles shooting off here, which is a nice response. They will cut through them in the end, but will it be fast enough? For example, this mech right here is going down. Phobos continuing with his T2 PD as well, and that T2 PD will be able to do some work against Rikki. Rikki putting up T2 PD to counter T2 PD all around. The stealth field is also a nice touch from Rikki. However, Phobos comes in and he is shooting at Rikki, and he's got a decent amount of T2. He's got the point defense and he's got a gun comm. Rikki could be in danger. However, Alex has T1 spam and he is gonna bring it in to help Rikki out. Rikki falls back. Also, is that a tactical missile? Yeah, there's a nice sort of tactical missile launcher I see there. And it's picking off Alex's mexes, which is the right choice. That's going to help them get back some of this eco difference. Alex's spam swings south. There's a couple of T1 point defenses here from Warren, but there's a lot of RT in this mix, there's just a lot of tanks in this mix. I don't think it's going to survive long. These gunships have actually landed under the shield, so these fighters are just going to die to Alex's AA. That might have been a little bit of a mistake from Warren, and he realizes, and it looks like he's not pulling away. Eventually he might get through the shield, but as you can see from that shield bar, it's taking some time. Meanwhile, Phobos pushes in again, and he is going to clear this production here from Rikki. This is only T1. And he's got T2 tanks in support, he's got his gun comm still, no health upgrades though, no stealth, no nano. So, he's still a bit vulnerable. And this push we noted from Alex is actually getting in. Mex is here, taken out, might do some damage here. There is a point defense still. And I'm not seeing, only a little bit of RT left in here. So this could do some work, but it could... well, we'll have to see. And Phobos advancing on here. Nice work with the NGs. He's getting NGs in to take this out. Down here in the south, Warren has now eliminated this base of Alex's. He's put up T2 point defense. He's got engineers coming in. He will be able to claim it. But look at all the PDs he's had to build in order to claim it. And he has driven Taxaa off this, but at what cost? He's lost this mech. He's lost all these mexes. He's going to take some time to rebuild. And Taxaa is meanwhile on this expansion. So, while Alex has lost the equivalent to this expansion, Taxaa has gained this one. Swings and roundabouts. And Phobos continues to advance. Is this wise? He's got a couple of rhinos with him, and this is still all T1 production from Alex, but this is not. This is a range of Ilshis, which are pretty tough, a range of mobile missile launchers, which will mean that Phobos has to stay on the move. Will it be enough to drive Phobos back? I think it will. And these point defences over here will be good to fall back to, but the mobile missile launchers from Alex will counter them. Tanks coming in, trying to take out the missile launchers from Phobos, but there are Ilshis here from Alex, and they deal with the tanks quite quickly. However, Alex has gunships on the way, and there is not much anti-air for Phobos. Will this just be a straight-up comm snipe? I think it will, and I think it will be worth it if they can get it, because it will mean that Warren will have to handle the entire map with only one player's worth of APM. Yeah, Phobos is just going down. Boom! Down goes the Phobos. 15 minutes 40. Our second ejection is also from Cold Team, leaving Warren, albeit their highest rated player, all on his own against all three players of the Hot Team. And on top of that, Hot Team still has that 50 eco lead, which is not insignificant. Now, reclaim wise, Cold Team is ahead, but Hot Team are already 10k ahead total mass collected. Not insignificant. Nice little T2 raid from Warren up here, moving in on Alex, but Ricky I mean, but Ricky has got T2 point defense up here, which in combination with these rhinos should probably be enough to stop it. This is however quite a significant raid from Taxaa, but there's a lot of point defense here. Not much point defense here though. This is the expansion that Warren has just inherited from Phobos, and this could threaten it because where's the defences? There's defences here, there's defences here, but there are none on these four mexes right here. Warren is making use of these tactical missile launchers, which is good. He's getting off another volley towards Alex's base, and I don't think Alex has much TMD up yet. Oh yes, he has. He's got one. Pity. Otherwise this could have done some damage. And also I think he's trying to break the shield, or possibly the air HQ, and so that... oh, that's... he is, yes, look. He's going for the power, and that's a nice hit from these other missiles in the south. So, really doubling down on the missiles. Over here, that raid from Taxaa has taken out the mexes here, but there's a good air response from Warren. And these gunships, these Corsairs, yeah, are going to drive Taxaa back. But at what cost? I will tell you what cost. The cost of these four mexes. So that's not super good for Warren. Looks like we've got another snipe coming in. Will it take Warren out? He's just built this T2 radar. He'll see it coming, and his missiles are still firing. I would not bother going for Warren first with that. I would be going for these missile launchers, which are still making efforts to hit this P-Gen. I would be hitting these mexes here. They are... and this mix here, which has no TMD. These are juicy targets. However, Alex has tried to target the comm, and he has not succeeded. There's enough flak around here, mainly from these two turrets, to protect Warren. And is he coming back to take out that that tactical missile defense? Whatever he was going for, he missed. Again, Taxaa pushes in again, but now there's point defenses here, and he hasn't really got anything more to kill. He's already done the damage, so this will just be a mass gift for Warren to pick up. We can see on the minimap that Taxaa's coming in with his comm, and meanwhile We have loyalists, some good T3 out here for Ricky, stopping the re-expansion up here by Warren. However, loyalists aren't that tough, and if they come down here, they'll just be hit by these PDs. They might be able to raid here, though. That would be nice. They've been noticed. Engagement in the middle as Warren pushes this little expansion here. There is a T2 mix in it, or the rest has been taken out, but this has enough in it, a decent number of Ilshis by the looks of things, and I don't know, actually, Warren might take this through sheer weight of numbers, and if he brings in these Riptides here, but there's loyalists and the T3 mobile arty coming in to defend from Ricky. So he killed the mechs, the one mech that was there. This raiding is also nice. He's going to get a T2 mech here. He's probably going to get a T2 mech here. But look at the eco gap now. And Taxaa is coming in person up here. He's got shielding and lots of it. He's got flak to protect him from the air. He's got to worry about this point defense, but with gun and nano on his comm, point defenses are something that he can deal with if he focuses them. He should be standing over here and focusing these first, in my opinion. But he's more worried about the T1 point defenses. I don't like that. They're not really going to do much if he just stands out of range and deals with this one first. The tactical missiles are still firing over here, and look at these mixers that Alex has lost. That's very nice, but it doesn't change the fact that Hot Team are nearly 100 ahead, mainly thanks to Taxaa. But he's going for the snipe. He is going for the snipe with Corsairs. Taxaa's only on half health, and suddenly he's looking very unprotected. Will the Corsairs do the damage? He's also got gunships. Alex is not happy with this. Indeed, he's pinging Taxaa and saying, "What?" I will tell you what, it is air sniping. And Taxaa has a few inches, but he doesn't have enough to stop all these gunships, these bombers, these fighter bombers, all coming from different directions. And the nano is doing a lot of work. And we can see there on the minimap the tactical missile launcher is also firing at him. I don't think that's really going to hit him, unless it's very lucky. No. And Taxaa has got 18,900 hit points base, of which still nearly 5,000 remain, because he's got 4 vets, but make that 3,000. He's into the red because now we have a brick coming in. The brick's been overcharged, but it's done a lot of damage to Taxaa, and Taxaa is still deep in the red with under 1,000 hit points. He's dodging, he's twisting, he's turning. He's got a Percy here to help out, but these monkeys have good range, and boom! Down goes Taxaa, the first loss for Hot Team and their highest rated player at 21 minutes 50. So now we have Code Team's highest rated player versus 2 players on Hot Team who have 100 eco lead. Yes, a full 100 eco, 140 eco, 130 eco maybe still. That's like about 40% eco lead. That's huge. Although it is fluctuating a bit, maybe they're having power problems. But 2 players with 2 APM, but lower rated than the player down here. Not by much though, 100 and something in it. 200, give or take. So who's your money on? Tell me in the comments. Ricky is sending T3 arty, T3 mobile arties to try and break this position, which will certainly outrange these T2 point defenses. And he's only sent 1, so it'll take time to work through them, but it will get it done. He could focus the mechs first, since that's unshielded, and then worry about clearing the way with the arty. That's what I would do in his position. There are bricks on the field though, so he's got to be careful that he defends these. And there's no defense here. This is all just reclaiming MGs. Though speaking of reclaim, Warren's got more. He's had more to work with. He's lost a lot. Is that a Cybran? That's a Cybran naval yard building Salems. Marvellous. This pond is barely big enough to fit the naval yard, and yet he's got 2 Salems, naughty, walkie, coming out just for fun. Do you love it or hate it? It can be both, my loyal viewers. It can be both. And this little brick raid, it's going to be able to kill the arty if he notices. Oh, he stopped moving, my dude. Please, move forward. Shoot this piece of arty. Shoot the engines. There we go. And those are going to get good work done, because there is nothing here to stop these bricks. And more mobile missile launch. I keep saying mobile, they're not mobile. These are absolutely not mobile. Look at them. No wheels, no tracks, no anything. These are buildings. They are shooting their mobile missiles, but they're continuing to target the power, and I think this is a mistake. They need to be able to hit tasty things. And indeed, the RT and many of the engineers have been cleaned up by these bricks. What does Alex have that could stop it? Not much really. He's got some point defense under shields, but this is a good number of bricks and might be able to crack it. Nother's in the south, heading out to try and pick off these exposed targets. And he does get these are only T1 mexes though. And if he tries to get any closer where there's upgraded stuff here, he does these will still be good targets, these non-mobile missile launchers, but he sees the flak and he shoot away. That's wise, he would just lose them to the flak. Even so, that doesn't seem like a good investment. Over here, Alex is coming in with quite a decent horde. There's T3 here, but there isn't really much defense here to stop them. There's point defenses over here to defend from this direction, and there's T1 point defense here, but this could all be lost. A lot of production here at T2. If these bricks were here, that would probably be enough to take these out, but he's trickling in. He's going in first with the lower grade units, the Titans and the AA. That's a mistake. I say lower grade because Titans are T3, but they're not as tough as a brick. They're cheaper. And these bricks, I think, are going to go down. And we also have another T3 push coming across the middle, but those Salems that we mentioned earlier are here to meet it. Also, I was lying, that's not T3, or if it was, it's also dead. This is mostly T2. And these bricks are still messing around, causing problems for Ricky, although he's got bricks now to stop them. So, this force has died to point defense, although it's killed some point defense, it hasn't really done any damage. And these guys have died to Salem, so overall I'd count it as a win for Warren, and he has managed to rebuild here. He's held onto this eco here, and the map controller is now split this way, where... And it's about 50-50. Neither side is able to hold on to these, neither side is able to really develop these, but this is good for Alex. He's managed to get capped T2 mexes up here, whereas Warren is T2 here, but they're not capped, so he's just a little bit slower developing his eco there. And this is a lot of T1 he's got here. What's it going to achieve? It doesn't feel like much, because look at this bank of PD here and here. If it tries to get any actual damage done, it's just going to get shredded. And these mexes, he's already killed them with the tactical missile launchers. Now we have a push here, but it's T2. This is only T2 though. Where's the T3? We know they have T3 production. I don't like this. This is still all T2. It's still all producing. He needs to reclaim like 2/3 of these, maybe 4, maybe 5, and turn and then he needs to turn the others into T3 and use that for production. But for the first time in a while, Warren has actually caught up on eco, and the ecos are about level. And this push is trying to get work done, but there is T3 now here, including Titans. And Titans are an excellent match for lower tech, whereas Percy's are a better match for higher tech, and there's also all this T2. I think this is just going to be killed before it does anything at all. And the Salems are here further back, but they're further back, and they're going to have to worry about these bricks. Also, Salems can't fire backwards, so if these bricks just run around here and keep dodging, the Salems would be toast. And we saw an experimental notification. Where is it? There it is. It's a monkey out from Warren. I like the choice of having a soothsayer here. Let's have a look at what you can see with that. It's only just gone up, but you can see the radius there. That's a decent amount. He's able to see quite a lot. And that's where some of his T1's going, but there's a few Oshis here, and they're just, since the T1 is just trickling in, the Oshis will kill this basically for free, so that was a bit of a waste. However, these Salems are holding their ground. There's now more of them. 5 Salems. It's not quite up to the 55 we saw going walkies last week, but you know, 5 Salems is 5 Salems, and love them or hate them, they're essentially pretty tough units. These bricks are going to go down. Though they have managed to find this Salem and might well kill it. Still, those bricks are that he's going to be able to kill with them. Oh, see, this one it can't fire. It can't shoot at the bricks. It can't shoot backwards. It needs to turn. There it goes. It turns. Those bricks, I think, are worth it for the loss of 1 Salem. And Warren has won that engagement there, but this is a big army massing up here. And he's got to watch out for it, but he's got a monkey. He'll need to bring that in to combat this army. And it's there and just about to engage. We'll look at it in a second. Wow, mangled my words there. We will look at it in a second, but this is quite nice raiding from Ricky. Not really enough to stop 6 bricks here, and he could come south. He could get damage done here. He could get damage done here. However, the monkey is going in. It's not being supported very well by the Salems. And Alex retreats. He's got quite a big army here. Not much T3, but it could be enough to mob down a monkey. And we can see that there's T3 air on the field, so T3 gunships could be good. Bitman has spotted an Etheltha, a chicken. Either under construction or being built. And you can see on the minimap there that we have the Corsairs coming in, and the monkey is dodging. I say Corsairs, they're actually Nothers. And look at that, their bombs are doing good damage to the monkey. Where's the air response from Warren? I don't think he has T3 air yet. I'll check on that in a minute, but all of the air he's showing is T2, and we need T3 air because there are ASFs out here from Ricky, and the monkey is dodging, but it hasn't really got much work done. There is flak in the mix, and now the Salems are the ones doing the damage against this army. However, it is heavily shielded. Monkey's only on half health. That must have been the chicken completing that Bitman was talking about in the chat. And the monkey is doing damage, but there might be enough, thanks to the Nother damage, to swarm it down. It gets a rank of vet, but it's gonna die. That monkey is dead. However, there are still some Salems here. There are still 4 Salems alive at this time, though about 2 are about to die. Make that 2 Salems. And this army has been crushed. I say crushed, it did kill a monkey, so I would call that even Stevens. Meanwhile, where's that chicken? Well, it's coming down here, and we've mentioned before that this area does look a bit undefended. That's exactly where that chicken is going. Now, it was pung by Bitman. What does Warren know? Well, now he knows about it because he's just flown over it. But the majority of his army is over here, and he's really been going heavy into the non-mobile missile launches here. Sending volleys out here, trying... I mean, I would just be breaking this with Salems. Salems outrange T2PD, and so you can just send a bunch of Salems and walk this down. There's nothing here to stop this army backed up by Salems. And that's what he's doing. However, what's that chicken up to? Sure, there's a decent amount of T2PD here, enough to creep his way into this base, but not enough, I think, to stop a chicken. The chicken is looking a bit unsupported, and so Warren's answer could be airborne. But, while that chicken does damage, let's have a look at Warren's air. He's building lots of monkeys here. Warren does now have T3 air. Does he have T3 power? He does, good. And he's just getting out what look like his first ASFs. But this chicken is eating its way through mexes that I suspect Warren considered relatively safe, and it is going to just keep on walking. All of this expansion is suddenly going to die, and Warren is now the one with the eco lead, and a 50 eco lead there, but if he loses all this, that's not going to last. An advance up here from Alex as this force moves around here, and let's just take a moment to look. That is a lot of reclaim in this area. 22,000 there, 11,000 there, probably adding up to about 10,000 there. Somebody needs to get their engineers in there, and at the moment it looks like it's not Warren. Like, these T1 factories here, just set them to loop engineers into here and eat all that up. He will get masses of reclaim. That said, he hasn't been shabby with his reclaim, but where he used to have about a 10k eco lead in reclaim, I say eco lead, reclaim lead, it is now almost even, and Hot Team are catching up. However, we said that the Salems would be able to help them crack this, and they did. So Hot Team are going to lose some eco here as well. Alex is trying to build a fatty here, and he's got a lot of T3 in defense. If that fatty goes up, that could be a problem for Warren. He's pushing in here with this army, and this defense is, well, defensive, but yeah, it looks like it might be enough. However, there are more Salems walking in all the time. Forward it comes, the Salems are moving. This Salem is still the risk. It looks like Bitman is encouraging Warren to push in, but this is good. Well, this army comes here. Oh, but we have to look down here. There's a sneaky monkey hiding in the pond, and it jumps out and ambushes the chicken. Look at that, that's beautiful. The chicken hasn't noticed, the chicken hasn't turned. Now it does, but it's already on half health. Normally, one-on-one, the chicken would beat the monkey, but not here. The chicken is just going to die to the monkey, and the monkey is going to retreat back into the water to avoid the ion storm. Beautiful work. However, there's a second monkey. I say a second monkey. There's a monkey here for the other team, a monkey here from Ricky, and that's going to be a problem. Up here, we have an attempt to break in on that fatty, but I don't think it's going to be enough. There might be just enough here to defend, but there is a lot more support coming in from Warren, and I think we have to check both combats here. Here on the left, backed up by tactical missiles again, the army is pushing in, and the tactical missiles break through but don't hurt the Fatboy wreck. Over here, in comes Ricky's monkey, but we have a monkey and bricks and gunships from Warren, and I think that will destroy this monkey, but that's 4 T3 mexes that Warren is going to lose, which he can't afford to lose. And I don't know how I feel about this for Warren. Is he going to make it? Is he not? And why didn't Ricky wait for these? Ricky's bricks. Ricky's bricks sounds like a band from the 90s, but they're going to die because there's a monkey here. Why didn't he wait for them? And over here, this has been enough. This has been enough for, I've forgotten his name, Warren to break through and defeat Alex. That Fatboy is not going to complete. But the chicken is coming in. The chicken is going to deal with this, but this has done its work. I say the chicken, obviously a new chicken. How will Warren counter it? He's got a monkey heading down here. He's got another one in production here. But that chicken's going to be a hard ass to stop. Will it be Salem's? We'll find out very soon. Meanwhile, Warren has started a nuke. This could pay off. Is there SMD? I see no SMD here. I see no SMD here, which is where you think they'd most want to protect from a surprise nuke strike. So that could absolutely pay off. However, there is another chicken now heading out across the middle of the map. Sorry about that epileptic zooming. We've got to come over here. Ooh, this is bad. The Salems have been caught out by some bricks over here, while the chicken descends on them from the back, and looks like Warren's going to try and flee, but as we've covered, the Salem can't fire backwards. That Salem just dies. He's still got a couple of bricks up here, but what are they going to do? Nothing. However, Warren is ahead in eco again, having taken out all this eco. But then he hasn't rebuilt this either, so lots of no man's land in the middle. Another monkey finishes for Warren. And he is gonna need it. How is he gonna stop this chicken? I don't know. And he's working on an experimental Arwasa bomber. Awassers, or as everybody calls them, arse washers. That's the point, actually. Why do we call chickens chickens? They don't really look like chickens. I do not see that being a chicken. I don't know what KFC is like these days, but if that's what KFC are putting into their nuggets, I'd stay away from them. Speaking of chickens, though, that tactical missile bank, which has done so much work for Warren, goes down. And the chicken is smashing its way in, and we do have a monkey here, but even without this to worry about, one-on-one, chicken kills monkey, and this is only T2 and too far back to help the monkey. That monkey's already on half health before it even opens fire on the chicken. And I am certain this monkey is absolutely toast. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. And there's another chicken right here. T2 tanks, all these pillars from those T2 factories which are still producing, I told you what I do with them, swarms in. Is it going to be enough to stop this chicken? It doesn't feel like it. Sure, it's in the red, but this is only T2 and there's so much. There's another chicken. That's going to help. It's going to be a close shave. Okay, that chicken goes down, and we have another chicken, but now Warren has a decent amount of T3 in here, shooting at this chicken. Lots and lots of bricks, and the Iron Storm won't be hurting him either. Well, it would be hurting him if he was standing near it, and it's killing these things. If it takes out the factory, that could be a bit of a problem for him. But gunships coming in, and this chicken is going down too. Yeah, it's going to go. Boom. ASF from Ricky coming to take out the gunships, but wait, I lied about that. That chicken is still alive. How is there enough here to kill it? Bricks are trickling in, but against the trickle of bricks, the chicken might just have enough. It's regenerating 70 hit points a second. 1,000 hit points left. Down. Okay, now it's dead. And in comes a monkey, a little late to the party, but in it comes. It should move the other way to avoid the Iron Storm, though. Warren really needs to be careful of that, because this could do a lot of damage to the monkey for free. Caught it. Guys, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That monkey just walked into an Iron Storm and died completely for free to an Iron Storm. That was a big, big misstep from Warren. If that monkey were able to come out and hit here, he would do a lot of damage. He has got another monkey coming in here though, but that's a lot of point defense from Alex, and it's going to be enough to kill this monkey. Yep, down it goes. He's got another one coming up here, but he's got to be careful of that because, well, he saw what happened to this one. Meanwhile, that Awasa is nearly finished. How's that nuke coming? It's built, but it's not being assisted. Warren's still building monkeys. He's got NGs out here to rebuild. He needs more to reclaim, and he also needs to worry about this brick force coming in here from Ricky. And Hot Team once again have the eco lead, and to be honest, after that, I am not surprised. So this monkey is coming up here around the back, but what's it going to achieve there? It might be able to get up here and kill this if it gets there before the Mega's dead. And both comms are there, so that could be an epic snipe, but they know about it, they've seen it with these scouts, and the washer is up. And it immediately had an attack ground kill to try and stop the monkey, but it missed it there. So he's going to have to come back and try for a few other passes. However, the monkey's flak is probably not enough to stop a washer. And so I reckon this monkey is going down. Yeah, look at that. Our washer bombs do 10,000 damage each. So 3 more hits from the washer and that monkey's dead, to essentially no loss for Hot Team. So I think that's a good choice from Hot Team. These boys need to move though. They could be doing some damage here, but it's given Warren the chance to build up, and I expect now that this monkey will be finished before they get in. This monkey, the one that's under attack from the washer, is going for the water, but the washer is back and dropping another bomb. 5,000 hit points left. 4,000. And also, of course, I think it's 11,000 damage, not 10, can't remember off the top of my head. The monkey is under the water nearly. No, its head is above the water, so the washer's bomb will kill it if it manages to make contact. Oh, that was a brutal turn and bomb. Have they done something to the washer's drop? Because normally the washer needs a huge run-up. I would never have seen that in the past. Down it goes. Warren says it's too hard and can't do this. He's got a monkey out. How's the nuke coming? If you can make the nuke pay, is there SMD here? Somebody pointed out an SMD, but where? I didn't see. Bitman says he can chill. Where's the SMD? He says no SMD, and there isn't any. There also isn't any up here. Oh, yes, there is. And that's loaded. I just didn't see that. I am obviously blind. That is loaded, so shooting here would be a mistake. Shooting here would not be a mistake. He would kill both comms, and there's no SMD there. But there's also no SMD here, and that would also kill the washer, which would be super cool. Nuke it, says Bitman, talking about that. Yeah, I think he's right. That would be a great target. But the washer is coming in, and there isn't really enough for Warren to stop it. It can just pick up pretty much everything down here. That's Warren's air HQ toast. There's just no way for Warren to get air control. He has an immense amount of cruisers protecting his comm here. Washer will have to watch out for them. But Warren's entire hopes are going to rest on this nuke because the Mega is completed and starts walking towards him. He hasn't really got the eco to do anything other than finish the nuke and do something with it. And where's he going to place it? Is he going to be able to get it off? Because that washer is still doing damage. He's got loads of T3 anti-air tanks here. He's got loads of cruisers here. And the washer is only on half health. But a half health washer still does the damage. As it turns around, and yeah, look, that's a way shorter bomb drop than I'm used to for these things. That must have been changed. And he's just slowly wiping out Warren's eco and regenerating, so much of this damage is free. However, he's launched. It's going here. Oh no, poor Warren. He was like a second, he was a second of killing the second washer. But that is gonna make it out. Sure, the nuke's gonna land, it's gonna kill a decent heap of Alexander's build production and Alexander's eco. But there are now two washers, and there is nothing that Warren is going to be able to do to stop a pair of Arasa experimental bombers. They know where the nuke is and they're just coming for it. And they're going to sync up so that they get to do the full damage. Smash the shield, smash the nuke. Boom, down it goes. That was Warren's last hope. I think Warren is going to be out of the game. And Warren agrees. Warren says GG. What a marvellous fight from Warren. And I think both sides had some fun plays. Do you think the Salems were a mistake? Genuinely, I think that there were some points where Warren could have taken it if he'd just done something slightly different. But now he certainly can't. Sure, one of those washes is on half health, but the other's on full health. They can just smash Warren's base. They can clean up the outside bits for free. Warren is hiding there under a big bunch of cruisers, but him and what production, him and what eco. His entire brick army here just dies to a pair of washers. Boom. Nothing he can do about it. Too hard, says Warren, and I agree. He's not going to be able to win it from here. There's a mega bearing down on him that he can't stop. I expect that Warren is going to resign. Anti-control case. Oh, we had a cheeky little monkey up here, which I didn't see. But never mind. Hot team wins. Good game. Do you know, I really think that Warren could actually have taken that one. In fact, if I had to pin down the moment where he lost, it's where he walked a monkey that could have got a whole load of essentially free damage through the Iron Storm of a chicken and just completely lost it. But we all make mistakes. Do you think Warren could have won? Tell me how in the comments below. While you're down there, don't forget to like, subscribe, and obey. I'm the Commissar. I will see you next time.